Girl, you know damn well we are not in Barbados and this is not Carnival. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Season 13, Episode 45. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So the episode starts while everyone's getting ready for the evening. Yulia is annoyed that Priya hasn't spoken to her all evening because of the altercation they had earlier in the day. And Priya is annoyed that Yulia was all up in her business, which everybody's in everybody's business. And I think that was the disconnect in the comments yesterday. So you guys were trying to explain to me that number one, everybody's in everyone's business, especially Priya. And number two, Priya had admitted that this was basically a game for her. Like, oh, who do you want to be in the final with, to Aiden? And Aiden was even like, final. And I had made it clear that that wasn't my problem. I agreed with Yulia saying that coupling is basically fake. My main issue was the fact that she was pushing for both people to go with certain people. Aiden, go with Alicia. Priya, go with Ethan. I don't like that. Whether she's my favorite or not, and she's still my favorite. By the way, Yulia's still my favorite. You can be my fave and still catch the heat. I don't like when people try to force somebody to make a decision. Let that person make the decision by themselves. I even said I wished that she kept that conversation unbiased, just to say, Aiden, where's your head at? And once he says my head is with Priya, let that be that. If the man doesn't ask, who do you think I should go with? I don't think it's your place to say who he should go with. I didn't like it when Jasmine was trying to say, hey, you should pick Jordan. Didn't like that. I didn't like it in the same episode when Alicia was trying to say to Finley, do you even think it's going to work with Ellie? Because it's basically insinuating that you're making a wrong choice. You should choose me. Priya did it as well, talking to Lorenzo, saying, oh yeah, I think me and Yasmin are more compatible with you than Jasmine is. Or me and Jasmine. I don't know which men she was referring to. But I just don't like it. I don't like it. Let the people make the decision they want to make, whether you believe it's genuine or not. You weren't asked. And also, sorry, one last thing. Also, you could spin it either way, because if people are saying to Aiden, pick Alicia, one could say down the line, oh, well, you only stuck with Alicia because you felt the pressure to pick her. The same thing happened with Finley. He decided to just settle on Ellie because everybody in the damn house was saying, you're so wrong. You're mugging Ellie off. This is wrong. You could spin it both ways. Either way, whatever couple Aiden would have been in, if there was a lot of pressure on him, it would have felt disingenuous. But moving on, Lorenzo says that Priya needs to get over it because everyone is in everybody's business, which is true. Yulia says that Ethan is sexy. She said it as an offhand comment. Ethan was like, Jordan was also like, wait. So I'm also like, Yulia, you like Ethan? Ethan needs a little bit of love, girl. Like, he's definitely going to treat you better than what Lorenzo's doing. I'm just saying. So Martha brings up the fact that Aiden never spoke about Priya and Casa Amor. Oh my God. Literally, who cares? Like, the man doesn't want you. You weren't even feeling him. He wasn't feeling you before he moved back to Priya. Like, just let that be that. But this is what the girls are going to be harping on the whole time. They're like, no, but Priya and Aiden are disingenuous. Well, if you think this guy is disingenuous, why are y'all fighting so hard for him to be with the bombshell?
He did say his head is with Priya. She's been getting to know Ethan for the last week.
How he was in Casa, he didn't mention Priya once. He's found someone.
This is why I just don't get it. She's getting frustrated. Safer option for her than it is Ethan.
I definitely think that Priya is panicking. She can see the end approaching. And also, people who have come off the villa, they've basically said that the person who's the most consumed with public perception is Priya. So that seems to check out. If she wants to panic and just latch onto somebody who she feels is going to get her the win, then fine. Oftentimes, the audience can see through that, and it's not going to work the way that she thinks it's going to work. Aiden, I think he's just going with what's most comfortable at this point. I think he actually would like Alicia more than Priya, but he feels a way that she picked Finley over him. I think if they had coupled up first, we wouldn't be here right now with Aiden and Priya. But regardless, he says, honestly, I've been thinking about you the whole time. Even when I was in bed with the girl, I was thinking about you. So I have a plan to cool things off anyways. Priya did, just before that, end things with Ethan. I'm not gonna lie, Alicia, you ate that one little thing. Ethan is still standing by Priya. And Priya's gonna go, Aiden!
Would it help you if I withdrew? Like, not in a bad way, like,
I wish I could just be 100% for you. It's definitely for the best.
Yeah?
Thank you so much.
Go on, babe.
Aiden.
Ethan's not even left and she's shouting Aiden. How disrespectful.
Girl! Priya don't know what's good for her, and she's turning back into that annoying girl who I did not like at the start. It's clear that Priya and Aiden are going nowhere fast. Nobody has faith in this connection. I haven't even seen Kavin, Aiden's own brother, be like, yeah, you know, Priya's the one for you. Like, no, nobody believes in this connection. But if that's what they want to do, then let them do that. Now, the girls, Casa / Bombshell, they're upset because there's this trend of Casa and Bombshell girls just being used and chucked to the side whenever they're no longer desired. And I get that it sucks, but that's the risk with coming in so late, you know, like that's not up to them. Producers set them up for that. Producers set you up to be a Costa girl. They set you up to come in late. Some people don't even come in at all, and they're just in sequester for 2 months doing nothing. So I get it. It's annoying. Actually, they don't do sequester for the UK. They be at home, don't they? Yeah. Anyways, as annoying as it is, gone are the days when, you know, somebody's single after Casa and they just get dumped right away. Now they like to keep people. I feel like they really started to do that around the Millie and what was that guy's name? Liam era. Like after that, didn't they bring back the Bombshell girl and they had this whole talk, and then Ellie had a redemption with Liam. I feel like from then, people tried to see, okay, well, what connections can still withstand Casa? People used to get dumped. That doesn't happen anymore. So unfortunately, if the person rekindles with the person who they were coupled up with before Casa Amor, you are going to be kind of seen as a disposable character in the game. And it's unfortunate. It sucks. Alicia's clearly having a hard time in the villa, but it just comes with being a bombshell. It just does. So eventually, Alicia and Aiden have their conversation. She is irritated.
I kind of know where my head's at with things.
And you think that what you have with Priya's genuine then?
So...
It's very fucking random, babe. Oh my God, babe, it literally screams bullshit. You've not given it a fair shot at all, babe.
Okay.
And...
Alicia is annoyed because she feels like the relationship between Aiden and Priya is fake. Yes. However, I feel like him and Alicia would also have been fake too, because Aiden himself is just blah. Like he's just, I feel like the person he truly liked and wanted to be with and would still be with if he was given the opportunity is Ellie. I think Ellie has always been the person who just did it for him. And because of the way things went, like her getting dumped and brought back and then this person and the brother and the whatever, like it just couldn't work. Any girl since then, I feel like has just been a placeholder for Aiden. So even if he was to go with you, girl, I think it also would have been fake. Just being real about that. And Alicia, you had a choice to pick between Aiden and Finley. Ethan went first. He picked Priya. You could have picked Aiden and made it even easier for you, honestly, instead of ruffling all the feathers. But you went for Finley because you liked Finley. Now that you're reverting back to Aiden, you're like, oh, but you're not being true to yourself. You're not being true to yourself either. She now feels like Aiden has switched up on her. And I don't necessarily think that's true. I think his conviction is new. He hasn't been this convicted about Priya, but he has been open about having these feelings for Priya. It's no longer just a friendship. Clearly something romantic is developing. I think he was torn between the two girls throughout, but she feels like Priya is coming out of nowhere, which isn't true. So Alicia is annoyed. She storms off. She's like, oh, same shit, different day, same shit, different person. Like, I get it. It's annoying. It's irritating. But girl, we 2 weeks out from the finale. Like, you weren't really going to do much damage. Honestly, I'm surprised she did as much damage as she did. As a late bombshell, she actually did well. She really did well. Then, you know, as she's going off, Priya, Aiden, I think it was Yasmin and Tommy, they were all talking about the hideaway. And they're like, well, I mean, you might as well just go to the hideaway, whatever. And Aiden at first didn't want to. And Priya would have said, if she wasn't calling my connection fake, I wouldn't have done it. But now that you're calling it fake, let me go in there. Let me be petty. I'm just like, oof. Girl, like these are the things that make it seem like you're not being genuine, because why not do something out of a conviction? Why are you doing something just to be petty? But anyways, they go into the hideaway.
They just go and hide away, like...
You've been making a breakfast every fucking morning. Babe, come on. That is pure disrespect. It's giving desperate.
There's always been a soft spot, Priya.
I know. I don't think I'd end up with a Murphy brother. And if I left on my own, it's sad. after all this.
You've changed me. It does feel right, Priya.
Now, Alicia, some people could say you were desperate too by taking 2 guys into the hideaway and wanting to play truth or dare. Like, I don't know. You could be called desperate too, but okay. She's annoyed because she feels like this is also disrespectful. I get the disrespect in the sense that, you know, they haven't even let the dust settle and they're already going into the hideaway, but they've had a connection brewing this entire time. So that's what makes it not as bad for me as far as Alicia's concerned. I'll get on to Ethan. Also with Alicia, she wanted Finley. She wanted Finley. So I don't know, like, you latching onto Aiden also feels like a last ditch effort. So it's hard for me to see this as like a blatant disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who I do feel is being disrespected is Ethan. It's evident that Priya never had feelings for this man. I really feel for Ethan so much. Ethan, the guy was doting on this girl, like making her breakfast, checking in on her, seeing how she felt, all this stuff. And her mind was always with Aiden more. So it's like, yeah, I do feel like she wasted his time, but also he's a bombshell. These are the things you have to do. So it sucks, but it comes with the territory. It's hard, man. It's a hard one. But I do feel like the person who's definitely been mugged off the most is Ethan. Alicia, I think you're just butthurt. And another thing too, why I feel like this isn't necessarily disrespectful, in bed, because Alicia's gonna bring it up, oh, but he wanted to kiss me, he wanted to kiss me, he wanted to kiss me. Trust me, if Aiden truly wanted to kiss you, he would have gone for it, especially if you were keen. The man had set a boundary out of respect for Priya. Knowing Aiden, that's actually very telling. So I don't think this whole interest in Priya is like this whole new thing. Like, Alicia, you're butthurt. Fine. Priya wants to have a chat with Alicia. Alicia's like, I'm just gonna go inside. Very salty, very irritated. Mika gives Aiden a bubble in front of the boys. Suspicious. Now, later in bed, she's gonna ask Samraj, oh, do you actually have an issue? And he's like, well, it didn't make me happy. She's like, I'm Bayesian. This is what we do in Barbados. You can grind on a guy who's not your man like it's not a big deal. True, but context matters. Girl, we are not in Barbados. We're not at a fete. Like, this is not carnival. Like, sister. And I don't think you can bring Samraj to carnival. I think he would be very annoyed. Priya and Alicia have their back and forth in the dressing room. Alicia is still going on about this being fake. And she says, I'm not even the only person who believes that. Priya thinks it's only her and Yulia. It's more than just the two of them, but people are just not going to say something, especially Martha. Martha also feels the same. She's going to be quiet, but it's more people. They're all in the villa. They all know that they're being perceived. They're not going to try to tarnish their chances in, moving further in the game. Aiden did sleep in the bed with Alicia. Obviously, they didn't do anything. I don't know why they didn't just sleep in the hideaway. Especially if you're trying to prove that you have a genuine relationship, go spend some extra time in the hideaway. They ain't got to do nothing, but I feel like that would have really pushed no, we like each other. This isn't like a fake thing. I don't know. Anyways, in the morning, they get a text that they are going to Love Island Fest. The DJ is Joel I should know his last name because I definitely remember him from Geordie Shore. Did you guys ever watch Geordie Shore? That was my show. Geordie Shore, why? Good times. Anyways, he shouts out Tommy and Yaz for becoming exclusive. He mocks Aiden for coming in single and still leaving single. And then he says, oh, Finley, I know you're in the doghouse, but maybe you'll get a kiss tonight. Finley ain't in no damn doghouse. Finley ain't in no damn dog. As close as Ellie and Angelista are, Ellie could have learned what a doghouse looks like. And also, it is very telling. If you put a man in a doghouse, let's see how far he's willing to go to get you back. He ain't had to do shit. Finley ain't had to do nothing. You're proving again that he can do whatever and suffer little to no consequences. You're gonna scream and take him back. At that point, skip the screaming, skip the kicking off, skip all of that. Just skip it. Anyways, Maya comes in. She says they're going to play a game called If You Know, You Know. Priya and Ethan think that Martha and Jordan look good but have no substance. Jordan wasn't surprised. He was like, yeah, I think that chemistry is a bit lacking. And apparently Martha had had this conversation with all the girls prior. They guessed that Mika and Samraj gave them that prompt, which was not correct. Maya is only going to confirm if you guess correctly. So if you're incorrect, it just stays anonymous if the people want to keep it anonymous. Next was Lorenzo and Yulia. They think that Alicia is giving desperate. Yulia did want to pick Priya. We know when Yulia has it out for somebody, she's going to take it to hell. She's going to take it to hell. Alicia knows that the prompt is for her. She guesses that Kavin and Jasmine gave it to her because she felt like they were giving her eyes. Jasmine was actually looking at her because she felt like she was giving Priya eyes. So that's where the wires were crossed. But either way, they were wrong. Next was Kavin and Jasmine. They think that Finley is bored and too polite to say it because he had basically told Kavin, listen, things are going stale. I don't know what to do. This is news to Jasmine. She didn't know. She'd be asking Kavin for the tea. He don't be spilling the tea. But anyways, they gave it to them. They guessed Lorenzo. Finley guessed Lorenzo, but that is incorrect. Simba and Angie think that Mika and Samraj are only together for the money, but the reason is because Mika brings up lifestyle a lot and Samraj brings up future planning, like actually being a proper couple. They think that Martha and Jordan gave them that prompt, but that's incorrect. Alicia and Aiden think that Jasmine and Kavin bring out the worst in each other. I personally would have said Ellie and Finley. I get that Jasmine and Kavin had been arguing before, but in a way, they would resolve things. I don't think it was a true resolve, but they would resolve things and it seemed like they would get better from the conflict. Ellie and Finley, they haven't sorted that stuff out. And I'm pretty sure things are able to get even more volatile on the outside. We've seen this girl cuss him clean out. Clean out. I haven't seen that kind of energy coming from Jasmine. Yeah, she's been upset. Yeah, she's cussed out the boys, but not to the level that Ellie's been cussing out. Like, I would have voted for them. And also, Kavin and Aiden are brothers. Like, why is he constantly out for their relationship? Anyways, Kavin immediately wants to write off Aiden and Alicia. He's like, oh, that's my brother. He wouldn't say that to me. If he did say that, I would be pissed off. Jasmine is like, no, I think it's them. And sure enough, it is them. He's irritated. They're stuck on semantics because they're like, but the prompt says who brings out the worst. And like, if it said brought, then maybe we're thinking too deep. Samraj and Mika say that Yulia is the most drama obsessed. They say it's just her personality at this point. Yulia obviously knows it's about her. Lorenzo does co-sign that she does love the drama. She says, I'm just opinionated. And, you know, I like to get my point across, which can often bring drama, which is kind of why people think that it's part of your personality. But either way, I still like the girl, so it's fine. She votes for Priya and Ethan. That is incorrect. Last was Yasmin and Tommy. They think that Finley is a walking red flag. Tommy wanted to vote either Lorenzo or Aiden. I think those are accurate as well. But honestly, so many guys are just vying for that red flag title. So it could have been anybody. Aiden is shocked that he dodged the bullet. And he's kikiing with Alicia about that. Priya chimes in and it's like, Priya, you don't even know what's going on. Please shut up.
I don't know how I've dodged that.
Yeah, me neither, babe.
Alicia just said she'd pick me for that anyway.
I was like,
She literally just said that.
How is Aiden more red flag than that? I don't get it.
Aiden's not got the cards, so let's just carry on. It was a joke, we're joking.
Yeah, but I'm allowed to ask. Don't get how he's more red flag than what Finn did.
I turned around to him, we joked about
Yeah,
it.
it was a joke.
Priya's trying to give, you know, protective girlfriend or whatever, but it's so misplaced. This energy to Alicia right now is so misplaced. The energy she had for Yulia the time before, I also felt like that was misplaced because you invited Yulia into the damn conversation. Then you were upset at Yulia for being in the conversation. Like, Priya, you're becoming that annoying girl again. Hate this for you. Anyways, Finley votes for Yulia and Lorenzo, which is incorrect. Then Maya says, does anybody want to reveal their vote? Priya and Mika both come clean. As Maya is about to leave, Simba's like, yeah, I also did the 50K one. Why are you talking? Why are you talking? It wasn't compulsory for these people to reveal their vote. But now that you've said it, you have to finish it.
Appreciate that you guys told us.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of one of the worst statements.
It was more so my decision than Angie's, just because Samraj, you know, you want to elevate your life. You want, like, you're lit, man. You're, you know what I mean? You're young and lit, rightfully so. More so from those two standpoints. It's not nice. It's not nice. I get that. I get
Just
that.
like, what?
Simba tried to spin it, basically saying, you know, I think your lives are just in different places and maybe there will be some conflict on the outside. Mika's not having it. She's like, well, you're basically calling us fake. You're saying that our couple is fake. And I don't even think anybody here is for the money. You are. Everybody here is for the money. Everybody here is for the brand deals. But you specifically, Mika, we looking at you, girl. Kavin asked Aiden why he gave him the prompt that he did. Same explanation. Listen, you guys had some, you know, conflict in the past. It did get explosive. Now you guys are better and I'm happy for you. Happy for you. I don't even think Aiden believes that. So Kavin just has to suck it up, but you can tell he's irritated. And I think once they get off the show, Kavin is going to have a lot of words for Aiden, but he knows better than to sell his brother out on television. Then we have Finley who joins them. Tommy was also sitting there and he wants to know who said he's a walking red flag. Tommy says, yeah, I said it and I've said it to your face too. I'm glad that Tommy stuck to his guns. He was like, yes, I said it. I explained to you why I said it. Like, this isn't new information. And then Kavin is going to chime in being like, yeah, why are you trying to sell me down the river? And Finley's like, no, I wasn't trying to, you know, drag you. I was just saying, you know, there's other people as well. You were trying to drag them down so that you don't get all the heat. The other Tommy did the same thing. Like, please, Finley, you thought. You tried and failed. Kavin is going to move on, but you can tell he's irritated. Like, Kavin has so many irritations that he just has to hold on to. I feel for the guy. I feel like one day he's going to explode. But either way, I personally believe, yes, there are other guys who are walking red flags. Damn near all of them are. But I will stand on the principle that once sex is involved, we're beyond the game. We are beyond the game. So Finley will be the worst to me. Maya returns and she says that the public has been voting. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Okay? In this episode, they don't say it, but spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. The Sun did announce that Ellie walked. And the assumption is that Finley got the lowest votes and she followed after him. Girl, this is sad. I think Ellie is going out sad. I get she likes the boy, but oh my God. Like, it's just not a good look, honestly, especially with the way that Ellie came on the scene. How she's leaving is definitely not how she came, and not in a good way. But we will see what happens tomorrow. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.